Alright. Alright, good afternoon everyone. Today is Tuesday, July 31st, 2012. Before I get too far into it, let me tell you the results. We are down 3 trades here on the ES. We had 2 trades stop us out to the tick and then went to our profit targets, and 1 trade that just stopped us out. So we are down 3 trades there on the ES. And we're up 5 ticks on the NQ. We are flat on the crude, though we did take a trade there. And we're flat on the YM. We didn't take any trades there. Okay, and if you have not taken a trial with us, go to www.cfrn.net/apply, and you can sign up for the free trial. With the free trial, you get 5 days in our live trading room, 2 hours per day. You also get all the indicators that you see in front of you. You get to use the indicators, you get to put them on your desktop, you get the DT Pro charting platform, you get to use that and all the data feeds that you see here, plus a bunch more, for 5 business days. Okay, no credit card required. All we need is your name and your email address. Alright, now, so I'm down 3 trades here on the ES and we're up 5 ticks on the NQ. Let me just go through the trades, okay? Do it as well as I can right here. Now this was shortly after the open here. Price pulled up, tested the BBC, and I drew this trend line in right here. I was looking for a close down below the trend line. We got into the trade over here. Alright, it dropped down a little bit, and then it went right up here to our stop. It stopped us out, closed down below that trend line, and then it went down. Unfortunately, that's the way that it happened twice for us this morning. We had to stop out there to the tick, and we had to stop out over here to the tick. This one here, once we had a bearish cross right here, we were waiting for it to pull back up and test the BBC. It did pull back up, and it did test the BBC. We put in our order there to short, and it went right through the BBC right on the other side and stopped us out. The next trade that we took was right here. Okay, we had a bullish cross. We were looking for it to come down and test the BBC again, and what I was saying is when we had this divergence here, I was saying that if the green line turns up, we'll anticipate the green line moving up and reaching the cycle, which it eventually did, and that's what we were anticipating over here as well. Once we had it went down over here, the green line went down, we're anticipating the green line working its way down into the cycle, which it did. Unfortunately, this one stopped us out to the tick, exactly like this one did. And then it went up to the profit target. Over here, I was looking for a higher high before I took another bounce off the BBC over here after we got stopped out. I was looking for a higher high. We didn't get the higher high. Once we did get the higher high over here, we came back down. This was at the close of the morning session. Right over here was the close of the morning session. At this point right here, it attempted to go down, and what it had done is put in a lower high right there. Okay, it attempted to go down, and it didn't go all the way down to the BBC, and then it moved back up. At this point, Dwayne had the charts because I had a little technical issue myself this morning, but either way, this dropped right through the BBC and came all the way down here. We're looking for it to get down to the weekly trading zone now, which is just a couple more points down here. If it pulled back up here, we would sell the BBC at 78.5 MIT, 78.50 MIT. Alright, but that was our morning with the ES. Unfortunately, it was not as good as it normally is. The 2 trades stopping out to the tick is just unfortunate, but you gotta get over it. Move on to the next trade. Alright, here we go. This was the NQ. The NQ had a ton of opportunity this morning. I only got a few ticks out of it. Well, I got 5 ticks out of it, but it did have a ton of opportunity. Now right here we had a bullish cross, pull back down to the BBC with an up close. That is the setup. A bullish cross means this line right here moves above this line right here. The red and blue line, which is our MA1, moves above the BBC, okay, which is the green line. And then price pulls back down, tests the BBC, gives an up close. When it gives the up close, or before the up close actually, when it's testing the BBC, we want to see that there's divergence between the green line here and the cycle portion of the slingshot, which is the thick red and blue line down here. Okay, we had that divergence, it moved up, and it did it again there and there. And here it was the other way around. We want the divergence to be bearish, like it was right here and right here. Alright, so we got our bearish cross, price came back up, tested it, gave a down close, we had bearish divergence, the spot to enter was right there for the move down. Again right there for the move down. Again over here for the move down. We actually took this one and took some profit on that. As it moved over here, the cycle portion was starting to move up a little too strong. Even the one that I took, the cycle portion was moving up. It worked out anyway, but that's not a trade that we would advise taking. Okay. We had a bullish cross, tested the BBC. It didn't actually hit the BBC right here when it gave the up close, so we waited and then it closed too far down. We had a bearish cross here, came back up, tested, gave the down close. We had bearish divergence. It's right there on the NQ. I mean, there was a ton of opportunity this morning on the NQ. Right there in the first half an hour, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trades you could have had there on the NQ. Just moving through the day, I took another trade over here. I ended up taking a break even on this one. We had a shorting opportunity right here that ended up moving down pretty well, and another one right here that moved down. If you didn't get this one, you could have gotten this one. A long opportunity right here, short there, there, and there. I took this one, and I got a break even on that one. I took that one, and I got a break even on it. That one I got a break even on. And that was pretty much all I had done on the NQ in the morning session. Okay, we had this one right over here, right toward the end of the, right at the end of the morning session. Okay, we had that opportunity right in there. All right, that was the NQ. Now, I didn't take any trades on the crude, and I didn't take any trades on the YM. But I'll show you a couple of things on the YM here that happened this morning. All right, we had our bearish cross. This is a 1500 contract YM. We had our bearish cross right here. It came up and tested the BBC. And when it tested the BBC right here, we could have been looking on the smaller time frame YM for the move down to the weekly trading zone. I believe I said when it tests the BBC, I think we're probably going to see the weekly trading zone down below us. And we eventually did see it. It started to move down here, and it was down pretty well, and then we had a high impact news event right here. Okay, that news event drew it right back up to the BBC, and then it dropped all the way down to the zone. Well, within a tick of the zone, I believe. Right? Yeah, 75. And the zone was at 7. No, it dropped down to 71, so it dropped down within a tick of it. And the zone was at 71. It attempted to do it again right here. It dropped all the way down to 72. I think it's still going to see the zone here before too long. All right. Let's see. Let me jump over here on the crude oil. We didn't take any trades on the crude this morning, but I outlined a few of them. Well, actually, we did take 2 trades. Is this morning? Yeah, we did take 2 trades. Sorry. We had 1 losing trade and 1 winning trade. But there were some opportunities here. For those of you who were partners who were in the meeting the last couple of weeks, or who reviewed the meetings from the last couple of weeks, there was an opportunity to short here and here and here and here. This one you would have been looking to get short right up here at 89.63. That dropped down to 89.54. Again, an opportunity right here at 89.59. That one dropped down to 89.47. Another one up here at 89.54 dropped down to 89.48, and another one here at 89.56. That dropped down to 89.42. I know those aren't huge numbers, and those are smaller numbers, but if you take all of them together, and even if you just took, say, 5 or 6 ticks out of each one of those, you're up $250 right there. $250. There was a big move down over here. Now, the only way you could have gotten into this big move down right here, in these 3 rectangular spots that I drew on there, is if you took advantage of the little bit more advanced stuff. It's actually pretty simple, but it's stuff that we went over in the partners meetings, where the green, the brown line here is underneath a strong sloping cycle portion, and the green pulls away from it and back into it. You could have shorted right in there. All right. Same thing. You could have done it again right in here, although we didn't have a strong sloping cycle at the time. We did on the second one. Sorry, let me get rid of this because we didn't have a strong sloping cycle there, but we did on this one. So you would have been looking to get short right in there. We didn't get the pullbacks with the proper divergence in here. There was a pullback here, but the cycle portion was sloping the wrong way, so we wouldn't have been looking to get short there. But right here was a good one. After that, it was pretty much all over the place. After that, it got kind of flat. Yeah, when you think about this huge move down, the rest of it was kind of flat in here. There's still opportunities. I got long right in here. We had bullish divergence, tested the BBC, gave an up close. I got long. I lost 6 ticks on that. Over here, we tested the BBC with a down close. We had bearish divergence. I got short, and I got my 6 ticks back on that. Up in here, the cycle was going against it. There really wasn't anything that we could do. I mean, you could have gotten long right in here, and you probably would have been okay if you had 8 ticks risk on the trade. Same thing in here. You know, there was some bullish divergence down here, right here between the green line and the cycle portion. Tested the BBC, gave an up close. Okay, over here, tested the BBC, gave a down close. You know, that type of opportunity was there. Then we got into the break, and you see the big move down here during our break. That's a huge move down. It dropped all the way down to 87.75 during our break from 89.04. So it dropped a buck and 30 cents, just about $1.30 during a break. That was significant. Opportunities in there in that time period. Again, I'll use a rectangle to show it right there, using one of the little bit more aggressive ways of trading. Let's see, right there and right here. Okay. And that was pretty much it. That was it on the morning. That was it on our day. All right, so we ended up down 3 trades on the ES and up 5 ticks on the NQ. All right. If anybody has any questions, type them in. We'll be happy to answer them. If you have a question you don't want to type in, you want to email to us, send it to support@cfrn.net. And again, if you haven't taken the free trial and you want to take the free trial, go to www.cfrn.net/apply, and you can take the free trial there. All right, everybody that's in here that's on a free trial, that has been on the free trial for a while, you guys check your emails. You should be getting emails from us with an offer to become a partner. Our partners meeting is Thursday night at 9 p.m. Only partners are invited to that meeting. All right, guys, that's it. Stopping the recording here.